With tomorrow's reset, Solstice will officially end. The 3-week-long event brought along some changes and some additions for events in the future, so I thought I'd give my thoughts on the event. It's worth noting that these are my own personal thoughts on this event. I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on the event, so let me know in the comments below. With that being said, let's hop into it. I want to start this review off by talking about the main grind of Solstice, which was the armor for this event. During previous years of Solstice, the armor we'd get and level up for the event usually had objectives for us to complete, and once those objectives were complete, we'd then get an upgraded set of the armor. But this year, that changed. Rather than giving us objectives to do, you'd upgrade your armor through a process that would include gathering silver leaves from wearing the armor, playing the Bonfire Bash to turn those silver leaves into silver ashes, and then using those silver ashes on your armor. You'd also unlock a material known as kindling, which would upgrade your armor to give it a glow effect. At first, I didn't really see the point in grinding the armor out. However, a few days into the event, I saw the potential that this armor upgrading process had when it came down to high stat roll armor. When I saw that potential, it made the process have so much more going for it, and it is one thing I think most players should have gone through, even if the process was tedious. Another thing to mention is that I think Bungie should have implemented the boosted progression changes they did for this week, probably halfway through week 2 or maybe at the start of week 2, so that players can have an easier time upgrading their armor. This is a change that I hope we see with next year's Solstice event, but when it comes down to this year's event, I think it was pretty good. Next up, I want to talk about this Bonfire Bash activity and the loot associated with it. Bonfire Bash was the new activity that replaced the EAZ activity from previous Solstice events, and personally, I think it was a great change. The EAZ felt like a boring activity and was one I completely forgot about up to the point of me making this video. However, this year's Solstice activity I feel like I'll probably remember more, because it felt like more of an enjoyable activity. The activity wasn't too long in duration, the boss was pretty easy to kill, and the loot was pretty good. I'd honestly be happy to see this activity return with next year's Solstice event because I didn't have any gripes with it at all. Regarding the loot that could draw from this activity, you could get some blues, the Solstice armor, the 2 Solstice weapons, silver ashes, and Solstice packages, which I only ever got one of. I've talked about the armor already, and I didn't get enough Solstice packages for me to talk about, so I wanted to take a look at the 2 Solstice weapons for this year's event, which were the returning Solstice weapon from last year, the Compass Rose shotgun, and the new Solstice hand cannon, something new. When it comes down to both weapons, they were both pretty solid. The perks both weapons could roll with were decent to great overall, and these weapons were pretty easy to farm, even if I think that something new dropped super frequently. Like, I farmed the activity a lot in the first week, and I swear I got like 30 something news in only 4 or 5 Compass Roses, but that's a topic for another day. Regarding the perks on the weapons, the Compass Rose had the old reliable combo of Surplus, or Quick Draw and Snapshot, and then something new had the combo of Tunnel Vision and Harmony for PvP, and Feeding Frenzy or Wellspring and Headstone for PvE. Luckily, I was able to get the rolls I wanted on the something new, which was great, but I couldn't get one roll on the Compass Rose worth keeping. Regardless of that, I think the weapons for this event were pretty good, and I think it'd be cool to see these 2 return next year, with maybe an additional weapon thrown into the mix. The final thing I wanted to talk about in this video is the newly introduced event card, which was a cosmetic only bundle that was available for 1,000 silver or $10. The event card came with 5 cosmetics linked to it, with 2 of those cosmetics being the ones I showed off in my video covering the early information for this event. If this event's event card is an indication for what we can expect for the next couple of events' event card, I think it's safe to say that you won't need to buy it, but you can if you find some cool cosmetics. The main cosmetics that I cared about, being the weapon cosmetics, are not linked to the card thankfully, with the new Forerunner ornament being in the shop right now at the time of this video's upload, and the Wither Horde ornament being in the shop with tomorrow's reset. Besides that, the event card is a cool addition to future events. That's going to wrap up today's video. If you found the video useful, then be sure to drop a like and subscribe for more Destiny content dropping every weekday. Also, be sure to follow me on my social media pages to keep up with me and my content, all linked in the description below. With that being said, I'm SniperKH, and I'm out. Good luck with gaming.